We mentioned that debate last night. Here's a little of what we saw, some of the highlights from George Stephanopoulos' debate. Take a look.
It's very simple in this race. If you like Obamacare, if you like the stimulus plan, you can vote for Charlie Crist or Kendrick Meek. I'm probably not your candidate.
You haven't been drinking the Kool-Aid, my friend. You've been drinking too much tea.
It's really mind-boggling. It's beyond an explanation for the governor to stand here and do more than the Potomac two-step. I mean, he is saying that he was the, how would you say, the George Governor Wallace when it came down to gay adoptions in this state.
And that's the debate in a nutshell. You saw some great lines there. I think Kendrick Meek.
I think they definitely came with some zingers in their pocket. They knew what they wanted to do, and I think that the Congresswoman was right. I mean, you know, Kendrick Meek is definitely very aggressive. He knows where his base is, and he's going for that. But in that three-way race, you could really see how tough it was going to be. All right, joining us today, very excited about this, Reid Wilson, the editor-in-chief of National Journal's Hotline. Is that correct? Is that what we're doing now? Yeah, some sort of rag noted here in Washington.
But hey, I come from good pedigree. My predecessor was fantastic.
Apparently. All right, Reid, you guys have been doing a great job covering a lot of these independent expenditures, the amount of money that Democrats, Republicans putting in these campaigns. What are you seeing right now that Democrats and Republicans are doing in terms of their spending that can tell us about where the battleground is now for the House?
Well, there are two very different strategies here. First of all, on the Republican side, the National Republican Congressional Committee is sort of spreading their money out as far as they can, trying to put as many possible seats in play as they can in order to take full advantage of the wave that's clearly sweeping over this country right now. On the Democratic side, though, Democrats are trying to erect the firewalls, trying to protect the members that they can, to disqualify as many Republicans as possible in order to save their seats and their majority. What we're seeing, though, I think, which is fascinating, is that the seats that Democrats see as the firewall are the seats that should really be safe. Guys, you know,
give some examples.
Guys around the country like Tim Walz in Minnesota, and Ben Chandler in Kentucky, Jim Marshall in Georgia looks increasingly in trouble. Sanford Bishop, a guy who's never faced a tough re-election before, is now facing a difficult contest. So around the country, it's really these seats that should be safe and are way down the target list. They're not anywhere near that 39 magic number.
And part of the firewall strategy is retrenching as well. They're going to have to cut some of these guys off.
Absolutely, they really are. And we haven't seen them really cut anybody off yet. They haven't said that they're going to just sort of let people fend for themselves. But, you know, for all intents and purposes, I think there are some members who have already gotten that message. Congresswoman Mary Jo Kilroy from Ohio, Susan Cosmas from Florida, Betsy Markey from Colorado. Increasingly, you know, these folks are just not getting the money that's coming in. One interesting thing to watch, Betsy Markey is no longer the Republican focus in Colorado. Now it's John Salazar. He's going to get the brunt of the NRCC's savings from Markey's district.
From that district. Okay, and tell us, as we look forward now to some of these surprise races, what are you looking for that you think on election night we're going to wake up and say, wow, we're really surprised that this person went down or won?
Yeah, no, I think Salazar is a great example. I think Ben Chandler is going to be a very early. I mean, I love using Kentucky races because they close first. Ben Chandler is going to be key if he rolls in his re-election campaign. I think that Democrats have a good shot at taking the House. If he's got a tight race or if he loses, well, they're in serious trouble. Remember Kentucky, that Ann Northup seat, which not Chandler's seat, but now John Yarmouth's seat, that was an early indicator on election night in 2006 that Democrats were going to take back the House.
Yeah, indeed, and we like those early indicators because it gives us something to talk about early on in the night. Reid Wilson from the Hotline, thank you for being here. Thank you for not wearing your Hickish outfits or anything like that. You know, we try to keep it.
Or having a hickey.
Or doing that.
I left my John Deere hat over on the side.
Oh, good, we'll get that next time. That was a fun ad. You gotta love that. That's it for this edition of Top Line. Twitter.com/Rick Klein, Twitter.com/Amy E. Walter, Twitter.com/HotlineReid.
Yes.
Check out the Hotline. I have heard of this thing.
You have?
Yeah.
It's on the internet.
It's on the internet.